This is what freedom feels like for the Afghan girls' footy team who have just escaped the Taliban.
If Taliban knows that the women play football, on that time killed.
Within 24 hours of the Taliban's dramatic comeback in August, an international rescue mission, codenamed Operation Soccer Balls, kicked into action. Its aim? To rescue the country's most high-profile sportswomen whose lives were at risk under the new regime. Eventually, 80 girls made it out, and Portugal offered them a home. I've come to this park in central Lisbon, where the girls meet to hang out and practice every day.
Your control.
Life here is a world away from Taliban rule. They can barely believe they're now free to play football in public.
The people of Portugal is very kind, and we are so happy to come here and to arrive our goals.
Frishta has just celebrated her 16th birthday, all alone in a new country. A talented athlete, she was told her life was at risk. But her mum had no ID and had to stay behind in Afghanistan with her brothers and sisters. Her dad is missing, presumed dead fighting against the Taliban.
Now I don't know my father is died or alive.
That must be very hard for you. You must be so worried about him.
Yeah, I am so worried for my father, and I am so miss for my father.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, no problem. This is my life.
Yeah, it's hard, it's hard. You're very brave because you came here all by yourself. That's not easy. It's not easy.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then you're going to be a doctor.
The team come to this pitch in the suburbs of Lisbon twice a week to practice. Things were so dangerous that they hadn't been able to train in Afghanistan for 6 months, so they're having to build their fitness back up. Fakunda is their mentor and coach and plays for the Afghan senior women's team. She helped coordinate their rescue mission from Canada.
Football is their identity, so the fear was that they could not continue something that they would love. And so they were a high-risk group, not only athletes, but advocates and heavily involved in their communities.
Some of the girls still have shaved hair. They cut it off during their escape to make them less attractive, hoping it would help them avoid forced marriages to the Taliban.
Some of the difficulties the girls have faced in Portugal is that they don't have their families with them. So some of them have their full families, some of them have half. There's those mental difficulties for sure. They're experiencing post-traumatic stress, of course.
When you think about the girls and what they've been through, the journey to get out of Afghanistan, you must feel incredibly proud of them.
I am incredibly proud of everything they've accomplished. You know, they went through so many difficulties.
Besides football, the girls' days are filled with medical appointments and checkups to make sure they're okay after the trauma of their evacuation.
Taliban is a very dangerous people, especially for the women.
So when the Taliban came to your town, you couldn't dress like this, you had to cover up?
No, never. When the Taliban came to our city, every daughters, every woman to cover our body and just show their eyes.
So you just had to wear the niqab?
Yeah.
So definitely no football?
No, the football is never, because if Taliban knows that the women play football, on that time killed.
Nuria fled Kabul with her twin daughters, Fatima and Nargis. She was a tailor, but lost her job overnight when the Taliban took control. After 20 years of freedom, she told me how she feels. The team are aged between 14 and 18. Some would have been starting university back home, but the reality here is they have to start from scratch, learning Portuguese and English before they can even think about entering education.
They will not all be footballers at the end of the day, but the most important thing is their education. Football is a tool for them to achieve a sound education and will help them mentally and physically. But the most important thing for us is the classroom and ensuring that 10 years down the road they have that university education to lean on.
Portuguese authorities have provided the girls with temporary accommodation in a youth hostel not far from here, and they're given 3 meals a day, but they haven't got any income, so they're left relying on charities for their everyday expenses and to fund their footballing.
Today, the girls and their families are going on a day trip to Porto in the north of Portugal, where they'll be reunited with their teammates.
We are going to Porto. We are so happy because some of our friends are there and we meet.
Spirits are high, but as well as being fun, these outings are designed to teach the girls about their new home and to help them integrate. Suddenly, the girls spot their teammates, who were settled in the north of Portugal when they arrived. They haven't seen each other since, and their reunion is overwhelming.
حتی برای خوابگاه یک جای شیشتیم زحمت‌های یکی دیگر یک جایی دیدیم اگه خوشی هم بود با هم یک جا تجربه می‌کردیم اگه غم هم بود با هم یک جا تجربه می‌کردیم وقتی که از یک دیگه جدا شدیم حتی با فامیل خود آنقدر نزدیک نبودیم و خیلی احساس بد رخ داد به ما که
While her friends take selfies, Freshta finds a moment away from the group to call her mum in Afghanistan.
بله سلام مادر جان خوب هستی؟
سلام دخترم خوب هستی جانی جان؟ دختر ما درسای تا بخون ولی درسای زبان اونجا را میاد بگه بچه من
باشه
دختر نازه دیگه امیدواری از ما یک توسته دیگه اونجا ما اینجا کس نداریم برای هیچ نیسته کلان چی ما
صداش بند
This is a brand new Afghan diaspora. There isn't an Afghan diaspora in Portugal. So what we would like to do is build an Afghan diaspora, have a positive image of Afghans in Portugal, but also use this as a case study to replicate in other places around the globe as well.
Looking out at where the River Douro meets the ocean, the girls and their families are struck by the contrast between their new home in Portugal and the harsh life for those they've had to leave behind.